right on cue, he has just literally walked here as I've been sitting down to make this. He just knows that all the attention is not going towards him, I think, when I'm doing these. And he's just needs to remind me that I haven't forgotten about him. Don't you, buddy? So hopefully he'll sit down in a minute. He should do. Fuck me, today's been a fucking trouble. Oh my god. I'm exhausted. Literally exhausted from doing fuck all, but trying not to. But it's been interesting in a way. And like, kind of like with my work, I'm at the point pretty much that I was at on Friday, when I'd already decided I was probably going to take 2 more days over it. And then I decided to have a day off, and then my disaster happened. So I've kind of just got back to where I was on Friday. So I'm like, well, I was going to do it Saturday and Sunday and maybe send something Monday, and tomorrow's Monday. And he's not in a rush anyway. What are you worrying about? Because I think that is what has set off some of my weirdness of just getting going again. Was that whole thing of like it becoming a pressure. Like I've always said with DJing, I've probably never made it as a DJ because I don't have dreams of being a fucking headliner. Fuck that. Fuck that. No way. Doesn't mean I don't want to be well known. Doesn't mean I don't want to be paid for it. But like being a headliner when all you're doing is gigs, must just take all the passion out of it. It just becomes literally not knowing what fucking hotel room you're in, what country you're in, and stuff like that. Fuck that shit. But then to be successful at something, you need to aim for the top. Well, I never have been. Not even about the middle-ish. But why am I on about that? Why am I on about that? Well, that's it. Because as soon as it becomes like work, it becomes a chore, and then it pushes all of my fucking stupid buttons of where my brain doesn't work, and what is interpreted as an attitude problem. Well, I can't be fucked. But it's not. It's that my brain's not ready to work. That's something I figured out over a good many years. And that's why I quite often have to be impulsive with things like this. I do. And that's not news. Like when I was doing my degree, I used to do bits of washing up, and then I'd go into this room and that room, and I'd walk around here, and quite often I'd spend a lot of time just pacing and whatever, but I was still thinking. And then like because I'm used to doing that, I think a lot of this has like become almost habit. Like going down to train, I just kept almost going, and then just thinking, oh, hang on a minute. Then I never questioned what I was now hanging on a minute about. And it's that thing that I try and explain to people. And they say, well, if you know you're doing it, why do you still do it? It's like, because you don't remember doing it until afterwards. That's one of the weird ways that my memory works. When you see something, you think, oh, fuck, yeah, I remember that happening. But you kind of weren't aware until you remembered it, if you know what I mean. It's weird. And there's just been a lot of that where I think it's an almost habit of just not knowing what to do or whatever. Lots of circles tonight, kids. Must be an important choice for you. You're not planning on moving anywhere, are you? That was quite a few circles tonight. Yeah, like, I don't know what, it's like, I thought, yeah, that was it. I think that one's come from like going to do something, right? And fucking it up, and then knowing that you're gonna forget, like you forget your keys, keep doing this wrong, keep doing that wrong. It's when I'm starting to feel stressed, I have to go, right, sit down a minute. What are you doing? And it's just a retrench and regroup. And I think I'm doing that, but almost in blank mode. Because I'm like, hang on, and before I go, and it's triggering that I need to check everything, so I just sit down. And then I noticed that I'd been doing it, and then at one point I went, what do I need to do before I go down there? It's like, as the crow flies, it's a lot quicker than walking. It's about fucking, whatever, 16 feet away. And I'm going to just go and train. Why am I making a big deal of it? It's like, but I'm not making a big deal of it. It isn't a big deal. Then why am I still here? What am I doing? But then a lot of the times I get to that point of questioning and regrouping, and then I go vacant again during that time. It's like, focus, Mikey. Yeah. Mikey, what? Oh, yeah. Again, instant. Every time that becomes a trigger. Focus ends up meaning don't focus. Because my brain goes, focus, yeah, got that, done that, right, finished, next one. And that is like, that's, I don't know, it's just a sort of a bad ADHD day, I guess. But, oh God, the amount of thinkoids galore that have been coming as well. And all this analysis, why am I walking around like a weirdo and not doing anything, he says, while still not doing anything, whilst complaining about the fact that he's not doing anything. And shit that doesn't make sense to me. You think, well, you have to, because it's gone way past forgiving any one person or persons who may or may not have done things or a thing or things or whatever. It's like, no, this is just completely different to all that shit now. But then finding out all that stuff about it was all these fucking, for everything that I think, for every conclusion that I make, there's an inner critic, which isn't me, which isn't a thought. But when I explain it, it becomes a thought, because that's how you interpret what I'm saying. Like, I think I'm a failure. I think I'm disgusting. It's like, no, I know I am, but I don't know why I know. I just know I am somehow already. And it's like, you know, when you refer to something without needing to think about it. And it's like, so much of this is subconscious. And that was the stuff that was scary when I saw it all laid back to me. It was like, oh my fucking God, I'm never going to be able to do anything about this. There's hundreds of them. It's like, oh God, you always think everything's about you, don't you? Well, yeah, and I think I'm disgusting, and I think I'm not wanted, and I think I've pissed people off, and I think that I'm not funny, and I think that I'm irritating, and I think that I'm like not really trusted by a lot of people. I think a lot of people think that I'm just fucking full of shit, that I'm fucking lazy, that I'm needy, that I'm clingy, that I'm over emotional, that I'm bad tempered, that I'm irritable, that I'm unreasonable, that I'm unmanageable, that I'm chaotic, that I'm fucking intense, that I'm hard to listen to, hard to understand, take everything far too fucking seriously. That's just off the top of my head, and they're all there waiting to conclude, probably 3 or 4 at a time, from just certain things happening and little nods of the head and shit like that. And that's what I'm battling. And I'm not saying it's all real, because that's the first thing anyone would do to try and reassure me, is to tell me it's not real. And tell me everyone loves me. Look, it's not what I'm on about. Why do we always go there? Why? I wasn't saying everyone doesn't love me. That's what I'm fucking furiously fucking battling. Things that seem like definite, real fucking evidence all the time. I'm continually having to tell myself I'm fucking wrong about everything. I'm schizo-fucking-typo. We have trouble figuring out anything, and I'm already telling myself that I've got everything wrong. Because I have to. Because this is stemmed from that belief, and that stemmed from this belief, and a fucking 23 years of conclusions from therapy start going hitting me in the face, and they're just fucking conclusions that don't do anything. Working on the fucking the causes is exhausting and hasn't gone anywhere. It's like the war on drugs. It doesn't end. That's why things have to be fucking different, and people can just stop fucking telling me to do something that I've already done 1 billion times. And the fact that I'm saying I've done it and it doesn't work will instantly be interpreted as an attitude problem, because I'm just bitter about it, because I'm still angry. So no, I'm impatient and frustrated because I've done this shit with the openest of hearts, the most maturity and reason that I can muster, to look at everything from the most objective and spiritual and moralistic principles possible that I can. And it's done nothing, not one thing. It's got worse. Stop telling me to forgive people. This isn't just because I haven't forgiven somebody, but fuck me, is that a paradigm that I can't get past in people? That's why I give up. That's why I give up. It's not that people won't understand, it's that they can't, because they're determined to stick to certain things. So they will not budge on. It's wearisome. It's fucking wearisome. And yeah, I'm hard work. I wish I didn't have to take this much thought to do the sorts of things that people fucking do every single fucking day without thinking. But when you get to that level of existence, that's what you've got to fucking do. That's what you've got to fucking do. You know? When simple fucking tasks just take for fucking ever. And then the more you get stressed out about it, the slower and weirder you go. And I'd never know what the fuck's going on in my fucking head, and I'd never know what I'm fucking feeling. So, I feel happy. Because I've been through all that fucking shit, and fuck me, it was hard work. And I moaned, I whinged, I have tidied my whole bedroom. I had to look for something last night, a fucking power supply. I was trying to look for a power supply for that laptop last night. There's one around, because it was only recently I ended up with two, because I left it at my little sister's house. And she's miles away. I was like, I cannot be fucking arsed. Like, I can't not have my decks. Because when I just had that little Serato thing, I was like, I cannot DJ without the laptop. I need a power supply. So I ordered one, and it was that one that's blown. It wasn't quite the right one. It was sold for that model, but the bloke had said to me, it's not the... There's the amps, and there's the volts, and there's something else. And he said whatever the figure was, and he said most of the ones they say are for that, but it's only, you know, it's only 400, not 800. And I remember going back and telling him, the bloke that I mentioned, you know, hi, just say, Brett, him. And I told him that I'd got one, because he said, oh no, you won't find one, they're really rare, you won't find one. And I told him that it was that one, and he said, is it, but it was whatever the fucking the impedance or whatever it was. And I said, no, but it was higher, it was more. It was more than what he was saying it was. And he was even like, oh, well, that's the right one. He was kind of surprised I'd got one. So it's not that, it wasn't that I've just gone, oh, that'll fucking do. But it's also the fact that it's not a genuine one. It's not, it's sold for hundreds, you know, there's hundreds, there's a fucking massive list on there of ones that it'll fit. So that's probably the most likely. The weakest link in the chain is the first one to break in it. And so logic tells me that's what's happened without any other way of finding out, because, you know, if it ain't this, it's probably inside the machine, and then that's not something I'd even attempt looking at. So yeah, the whole room was a fucking pigsty though. But then I tidied that up, and that was part of being able to get ready to work. And it was like, that was because everything is in bags and in boxes, and I have to move several bags or boxes to get to the thing that I think is in the box that I think it's in, and then it's not even in there. And there's a million reminiscing memories that are popping up at me each time I do something. And I look at the floor, and it's like, fuck, it gets messy in 4 minutes. So I've achieved that. I've done some work. I've got all day tomorrow. I don't care. I'm not setting myself targets. I'm just remembering that I'm trying to do something. That was another thing I was going to mention. Actually, that's why I was getting frustrated, as I was thinking that this is one of the things that was supposed to be helping me in my head. And now look at it, it's one of the things that's becoming a big fucking thing to do. And I'm going, oh, and then I'm telling myself off, because it's like, hang on, this is you always did. And then it starts. And all those paradigms I mentioned earlier all start coming into play and fucking arguing with each other. And I'm in the middle going, shut up. I just want to do something. So it's been hard. A tricky day. But I got through it. Gosh darn it, I got through it. Oh, hello, Kitty. Hello. Right on cue. My nose is here. He does sometimes put it on my nose. Oh god, he is so. Anyway, yes, this should be the end, because otherwise I'm just going to fill it up with nonsense. But I'm all right. I've done all right. It was a toughie. It was a toughie.